All right, my friends, so let's do the walkthrough here of customizing your Raspberry Pi desktop. So what you're looking at is I have my Chromium browser opened up on my Raspberry Pi, as you can see that way. And I'm going to take you through. I'm just going to do the course here along with you because I know a lot of you like the video version. So let's go ahead and dive into this work. And you can see here in the introduction, it's going to help us kind of choose some colors and make those things happen. And so we're going to get rocking and rolling in here. You can make sure that when you do the project, it tells you what you need. We already have all that. You got your Raspberry Pi, you already have your operating system, and you're going to learn how to customize your desktop with images and colors, figure out which colors work well together and how colors might be represented on a computer, and then you can always get it a printed version if you need it. So first, what we want to do here is we are going to change the wallpaper. And so we have the default sunset. It is a beautiful sunset. I look forward to more sunshine here in warm weather very soon. I'm over winter at the time of this recording. So let's go ahead and get some of these wallpaper settings up and running and change. So you can see here that what it's asking us to do, I'm just going to slide this over so we can kind of multitask here, is we're going to go to preferences. So I'm going to head up to the Raspberry Pi. I'm going to go to preferences, and it's telling me to choose the appearance setting. And once I do that, I get this host of options here. And you can also see that what I can do here on the desktop, I can change the layout to be a full screen with image. I could have it fit to the screen. I could center it on the screen. There's just lots of things I could do that way. The picture I could definitely change. And so if I wanted to change it to something else, to the default images, there are a bunch of default images already provided here for you. You could also download your own images. So if you have a really cool wallpaper you want from the internet or from your own supply of your own files, go ahead and load those up there as well. And so you can see here that if it's asking us to pick the Aurora, if I open that, you can see here now that there it is. The wallpaper has changed, just basically like a regular computer would do. And so there we go. We have that. And so what it's going to ask us to do to further work through this is to pick the Raspberry Pi logo. And what you're going to notice is that it just hogs the whole screen. Not really ideal for what we want to do here. So what they're trying to teach you here with this is to change this setting. All right. And we could do a couple things. The tiled image gives you a whole bunch of Raspberry Pis. That's kind of cool. As we work through that, if you like that option as well, you could go ahead and do that, or you could change it to center on the screen. And if we center it on the screen, we just get one. This is usually what I use 99% of the time. Simple, it's nice, it looks good, and so that's what I want to be able to keep there. And so now we can see that the problem here, as it talks about, it's hard to read icon labels on the desktop because the words are white. So if you look over here, it's really hard to see that it says wallpapers and trash and boring for my words. So we want to be able to have a contrast to that. And so we can do that just as it's going to show us here. And so we can go ahead and change the color of our backdrop. So they give us that nice yellow look as a suggestion. So I think if I pick that here, it's a little more of a kind of more of a beige there, isn't it? Not really the yellow. Let me go ahead and try that again here. Let me see. Can I get this to be much brighter? There we go. Now we're talking. That is bright. Boy, that's not easy on the eyes. But at least we have that there. Now we could also adjust that and make all those things work there as well. And so now what we want to do is maybe change the text color on the desktop. You can see it's still hard to see the wallpaper and the trash. And so if I go here, they're suggesting red, so let's just stick with that. And so I'll move that over here, slide this little circle over where I want it. We'll go like that. And you can see now that the words are red to make it stand out. And I like that. So that's pretty smooth for what we want to do. Okay. Well, now as we start to do this and you start to make it your own unique flavor, maybe you don't like the yellow and red, you want your school colors or your favorite sports team color, we want to make sure that we've got that as well. And so what you can do here is what it's going to tell you in the next part, the challenge is to choose your favorite wallpaper. And so the way we do that, you could also go down onto the internet and download images that you want to do. And so you can take a look here. So you can see here, I can change this address bar right here. And if I type in that USR and I go to share, it will take me to those images that we had access to earlier. Just another way of going about getting into that. And so this is all housed, if I scroll this up here, under your share folder. And so it's right here under the share folder. If I scroll down, you're going to see that we got to that here in this Raspberry Pi wallpaper folder. And you can see all the ones that were there. These are the same ones that can be found here as default. So you can see any of these pictures here that you would want, you can change that as well and play around with that. So however you want to go about doing it, either way is fine. It works. And you can even go here on the browser and find some cool backdrops. If I just search Raspberry Pi wallpaper, let's see what we find here. And we can go ahead and find some pretty cool sharp ones here. Like this one's pretty nice. I like this one. So if I wanted to, I could go ahead and view this file. I can right click, I can save image as. I already have a desktop folder called wallpapers. I can always move that wherever I want, but I can hit save. And it's going to save that in there, but you can save them wherever you want. So I should have that in there in just a second. Let's see, save image as. Go desktop, wallpapers. There we go. And it's right there. So now I could use that as my backdrop as well if I wanted to. So once you have that, you can have some fun. There's some different softwares that you could download if you want to design and create your own. Go for it. I'll leave that there for you as well. But this is your time to create your own custom wallpaper, and that's what I would love for you to share over in the Slack is what you created there as well. The next change here is we can change the taskbar and highlight color. So you can see how the wallpaper is highlighted in this kind of gray, and the taskbar here is this kind of lighter gray. We can go ahead and change that. And the way that we do that, again, if I go to the Raspberry and I drop down here to Preferences and I go to Appearance Settings, I can click here. Now this is showing me to say taskbar, which we don't have. They have it labeled here as menu bar. So same thing, the instructions say taskbar. On your operating system it says menu bar. And you're going to be able to see these settings here. And you can do a couple of things. I can move that menu bar to the bottom if I'd rather have it down below. I actually like it there on top. I can change the size if I wanted it smaller. All right. Or larger, whatever you prefer that way. You can change the color here as well. And so if you want to change the color, I want it to kind of match that red that I had earlier. If I kind of come over here, maybe I want it red. I can hit OK. It's going to change it red. Text color. Then I could turn around if I wanted to. I can make it yellow, kind of invert what I've created with the wallpaper itself. Do that. There we go. I don't know if I necessarily like that, but you can kind of see how that looks, just like that. You can see I still can pop up with the highlight there as well. You can also use your code. So with these colors, if you know your color names, if you use hex codes and things like that, if you go to internet browser, I'll put a link on the page for you to check out This is what you do when you're coding anyways. You always use the hex color files, numbers, so you can always adjust this as well. So I could change this to, this will make it black, I think. There we go. You can make that black, make that pop a little bit as well. So you have that as you get going there as well. So that's just going to allow you to customize that desktop, your taskbar there, as you get rocking and rolling. And the next challenge here is to do one last thing, and that is to change the highlight, or at least know how that looks. You can also change the font of anything that you would like. So if you want to change the font to be something else, you can definitely do that. So if I hit OK here, you're going to see all the words change to a different font that pop up there. And the highlight color, so if you notice here, it's like this gray. I could change that as well. So say I want to make that more of a cool blue, I could do that, and now when I highlight, it highlights in that blue. I could change the text color then, so if I want that, I most likely want that to be black, so that pops. So I could do this, so that when I highlight over it, it's black font, that teal highlight, which is pretty cool. And I can also adjust my mouse cursor if I want different sizes as well. So the mouse cursor will only be done on the reboot, but at least you know that that's there. And so there is your challenge as you get going. What I would like for you to do as you complete this customization is to finish designing your desktop the way you want it, snap a screenshot or make a video, and then go ahead and post it over in the Slack channel. And there you have it, my friends, some easy ways to customize your desktop. As you're looking at mine, it needs some work. The color codes are not ideal here, so I'm definitely going to clean it up, and then I will go ahead and share mine with you as well. All right, my friends, have fun customizing your Raspberry Pi desktop, and we will see your work in the Slack channel, and I can't wait to continue learning with you tomorrow with day number 5. Take care, my friends, and remember, stay awesome. Peace.